You're standing on the roof of a building in Douglas County, Colorado. No pumps, no chemical treatment plants, no massive infrastructure. And the water coming out of the downspouts is pure distilled moisture that fell from the sky less than 10 minutes ago. This $12 system can give any family absolute water independence, supplying clean water using nothing but gravity, a recycled food-grade drum, and the roof over your head. The human race has been building variations of it for 9,000 years. The modern utility industry has known about its efficiency since 1920. And in 1935, they made sure it would disappear from standard American construction. Many of you wonder, how can one secure a home supply without relying on the municipal grid? So I went back into the engineering archives. And what I found, buried underneath a century of building codes, is the exact same physics the Romans used to supply their villas through historic European droughts 2,000 years ago. And yes, this works even if your house is located in a strict suburban development. Here's the number that changes everything. A single, standard 1,000-square-foot roof sheds roughly 600 gallons of water for every single inch of rainfall. Oak Ridge National Laboratory and the Department of Agriculture measured rainfall efficiency city by city. In Chicago, a standard roof sheds 22,000 gallons of water a year. In Atlanta, 30,000, Denver, 9,000, Houston, 28,000, and Minneapolis, 18,000. Right where you live, the sky is dropping an entire year's worth of clean water directly onto your shingles for free. It happens every time it storms.
Now, think about that for a second. Your municipal water system works by pumping raw water from a river or aquifer, forcing it through massive chemical treatment plants, pressurizing it using high-wattage electric pumps, and running it through miles of aging underground pipes to reach your house. It costs billions of dollars to maintain. Engineers call the infrastructure overhead of centralized water distribution one of the most expensive layouts in modern society. A rain barrel, a simple recycled container that catches water before it hits the dirt, was measured across historical agricultural studies with a structural efficiency that completely bypasses that entire network. That gap represents billions of dollars in equipment, chemical treatment, water meters, and monthly utility bills every year. And that's why you've never been taught how to use it properly. The physics behind it is so simple, it almost sounds too good. Water is heavy, weighing 62.4 pounds per cubic foot. Moving that mass over miles of municipal pipes requires immense energy. When a storm happens, the earth naturally distributes that water directly to your location, perfectly pressurized by gravity from the clouds. It is the largest decentralized utility delivery on the planet, and it's hitting your roof right now, doing absolutely nothing, because nobody told you how to manage it.
The ancients didn't read about this in a textbook. They figured it out the way they figure out everything, by paying attention to what the sky was already doing and then building around it. Every classical villa in Rome had an impluvium, a sunken basin built directly into the floor of the central courtyard. No mechanical pumps, no filtration grids. The roof sloped inward to funnel every drop of rain into massive subterranean stone cisterns beneath the house. That's not primitive architecture. That is applied physics, refined over centuries. For thousands of years, civilizations mastered water security without modern infrastructure. Venice sustained a maritime empire using public plazas built over sand beds to naturally filter and collect rainwater into central cisterns. Similarly, ancient cultures like the Nabateans in Petra, the Incas in the Andes, and the indigenous peoples of the Canary Islands successfully engineered passive catchment systems. While countries like Germany and Australia now lead in modern rainwater engineering, the United States largely abandoned this legacy. In the early 20th century, private companies began purchasing municipal water systems. To protect their profits, corporate entities aggressively sidelined self-reliant alternatives. A single sentence in a 1935 standardization manual officially relegated atmospheric water collection to an auxiliary source unsuitable for standard residential design. Driven by cast iron pipe manufacturers and utility investors, model plumbing codes simply left passive infrastructure out of the rulebooks. By 1980, fewer than 2% of American architecture programs taught passive water strategies, creating generations of builders oblivious to rainwater harvesting. The modern residential water utility market in America is a $30 billion a year industry. Because water is an absolute necessity, the lifetime value of a customer is virtually infinite. Consequently, industry groups spend millions annually lobbying to protect their revenue. In 2019, a regional plumbing code committee, composed primarily of utility and manufacturing representatives, rejected a proposal to allow rainwater integration into residential toilets, ignoring decades of successful European data. This exclusion persists despite proven modern examples, such as Portland State University's Stephen Epler Hall, which achieved a 50% reduction in municipal water use through rainwater harvesting. Homeowners can implement passive systems without altering existing plumbing supply. A standard setup involves sourcing a food-grade 55-gallon high-density polyethylene drum, installing a brass spigot, and painting it black to block UV light and prevent algae growth. To manage debris, a passive first flush diverter can be constructed out of standard PVC pipes for $12 to $15. When a storm begins, the initial dirty water carrying roof debris falls into a vertical pipe containing a floating ball. As the water rises, the ball seals the chamber, forcing the subsequent clean rainwater to divert horizontally into the storage barrel. For hyper-arid climates where rain is rare, an underground rock cistern lined with an impermeable pond liner acts as a functional dry well landscaping feature that bypasses strict plumbing codes while preventing evaporation. Drop your ideas in the comments and tell me what you currently pay for water every month. If you believe real knowledge has been quietly pushed aside to protect corporate profit, you already know what to do. Hit subscribe, because I will continue to expose the secrets for you.